Hello world, welcome to my channel. This is the Peep squad, you know, peep, 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 type squad. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves. Hey everybody, this is Monty. My channel's Monty Secular. You can go check it out. Want to speak up a little bit? Hello! I'm trying not to interrupt your roommate over here. Right. What's type? You know me. Well, y'all know me. My subscribers. 12 of y'all. Y'all loyal. I'm loyal one too. Loyal one.
I'm Fanea.
That's something that's open. Always.
I'm Bree.
Just be aware of my surroundings.
We'll be on YouTube very soon. Don't mind us. We getting there.
We are all students at
Into
shit. Who said that?
We're transferring.
Sorry, we're transferring. So just be on the lookout for that. Well,
Okay. Sorry, we hungry. Gotta eat, whatever. But today's and this is so good. But today's video is basically going to be our reaction to Black Panther.
Wakanda forever.
I mean, whoever wants to go first.
There might be some spoilers. I'm just let y'all know that now.
Okay.
Don't watch this if you haven't watched the movie.
Let's just get this out of the way. So, opening credits. I just want the Black Panther keyboard so I can type some cryptic stuff because the Wakanda keyboard made me so happy.
I will call you right back, okay? I said I will call you right back, okay? I'm not editing that out either.
I'm sorry.
Black Panther review.
Black Panther review. I just know that I want the text from Wakanda because I know the whole emoji keyboard will be lit because then we can type cryptic messages and decode it for each other. That's all I want. And I want to go to Wakanda badly. I think everybody just needs to petition for a Wakanda themed theme park.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I can do that.
I want the trains and everything. I don't care. We just gotta figure it out together.
So, for everyone who doesn't know about the Black Panther movie, no, it is not based on the movement of the Black Panthers
Party.
Really? Okay. I mean, you know, there are some real connections, but we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna get into that.
No, you can look into like the origins and stuff. Essentially, both Black Panther things were founded. Both Black Panther things were founded behind the same similar group, but both went on two different missions. If you think about it, Marvel wanted a superhero. A group of people wanted to make a change and a revolution in the 70s. So, it's a difference.
I am a huge Marvel fan. You know, DC. Wow, DC. What is that? Anyway, no, I'm kidding.
No, she's not. She's so serious.
No, but DC is really good too. Like, I don't feel like it's like no, don't come for Batman. Don't do it.
That's exactly
a
the
hero.
person
He is a vigilante. First of all, DC. Why does every Batman movie have to start off with the death of his parents? Oh my gosh, I get it. Yes, it's sad. Yes, it's very sad. But why does even Batman versus Superman? Why?
Because it sets up all the pain and anger. It sets up everything. It's a setup for why he is how he is.
Superman parents died.
We don't care about Superman and his weak self.
Don't come for us, Clark Kent, like that.
Sorry, I got passionate, y'all.
Cause all you gotta do is put a little rock in front of him and he just sit there, start twitching.
That got no power.
Take away his money. Take away his money. Take away his suit. Take away his car. What does he have? Albert.
He got Albert and he does actual training, so we can get that out the way.
Anyway, back to Black Panther. Back to this, okay?
Black Panther has no weaknesses.
She's. I'm talking.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. What about this burger?
Yeah, you're right though.
Anyway.
Hold on, wait. You're passing the record.
Yes. Just
I know this
eat
was
y'all.
good as hell.
It is good, but please don't kill it because it's really good.
She said Squidward by this.
We're gonna put
a picture in there.
Sorry, I apologize for the vulgar language.
We'll leave it out.
We're all of age, just throwing it out there, but you know,
I'm grown.
respect for other people. You know, we're trying.
Hey, Mom.
Mama.
Hey, Mom.
You'll pee her down. But anyway,
Mama, I love you.
I've always been a huge Marvel fan, so this whole movie, just the even for the trailers, when I found out they were doing the movie, and then you can go on my Twitter at LE_NICE, go through my media. There's a screenshot of I forgot who posted it. An article was posted about how Black Panther was going to have a 99% African or African American cast, and I tweeted and I was like, you know what, y'all got this right, because y'all do know that whitewashing is such a huge thing in Hollywood. Like, it's ridiculous. Like I seen the Prince of Egypt, the gods of Egypt, like. Why everybody in Egypt, they try to just spray paint a tan on them, and it's just, I just think that's stupid. Like,
It's just white cultures claiming stuff as their own, personally, and in my opinion.
Like even the Nefertiti that they the new
Nefertiti, based off of DNA analysis, she looked more Caucasian and whitewashed, and
we
know when you sitting in the sun in the heat of a bank for over like your whole lifetime, you not gonna be pale or gray or ashy. You gonna be dark
or dusty.
A little dusty, you know. It's sand everywhere, but you know.
But just the fact that they had a black cast and they stuck to the roots, the costume directors of this film did a wonderful job. They did their
They
research.
stayed true to African culture. They didn't
Accent
disrespect it in
everything,
any way. Like the man with the discs in his mouth and the gauges in his ears. Those are all elements of different African tribes.
Yeah.
Even the meeting that they had is something that's very symbolic in African culture. And I love that they stayed true to that.
True, and it's actually very prevalent in African American and other black cultures all over the world. You know, like there are certain traditions that still carry on today that should be presented to a younger generation. I think for me personally, Black Panther really inspired me to like help younger generations see themselves differently, because growing up, you know, we
Especially
only had black
in particular, most importantly,
black men and black boys to see somebody that looks like them on the screen, and then the female cast for that movie.
Oh my god.
The Dora Milaje.
Insane. Okay.
What are those?
Like between the Dora Milaje,
Latia Wright, Denai, Angela
Lupita.
Bassett.
Oh my god. Like they're just
When I
so
knew they had
strong.
Mama Bassett, I was on board from the jump. Like, y'all got Mama Bassett.
So Letitia Wright is really nice. Like, she is.
She did really good. She was like the comedic relief in the movie. She was very funny, but she held it down for her brother. She was about to die.
And also, I think she's a really good inspiration for girls who want to get into STEM and tech. Personally, I want to act, you know, but like if I had somebody like Letitia Wright,
for somebody like young
character.
black girls to love science,
She was
particularly
even good at Black Mirror.
technology.
Black Mirror was really good.
I didn't see her in Black Mirror.
She's in the 4th season.
I
You should
started
really watch
watching it.
it. Black Mirror, Black Mirror's a great show, by the way.
I don't start it over.
But
Let's
let's talk about
Something I don't
the
know.
plot. I personally feel like
Nothing to do with me.
Stan Lee, or honestly, you know, I love Stan Lee, shout out Stan Lee, but Ryan Coogler, he knew what he was doing with this movie. They could have easily just took, we have a black man, a black actor in an African country, and he just been fighting anything. But the plot itself was just so good. It goes back to the comics, you know, the story about Killmonger, the last thing that he said before, you know, that happened. But the things that he was saying, yes, we all know Michael B. Jordan's fine, but
Beautiful.
the things that he was saying, the way he felt about things made so much sense, and he just made sure they knew what they're doing. I mean, come on, this movie was released during Black History Month. They knew what they were doing.
Right at the end too, and you know it's grossed over $700 million in 2 box office weekends.
He knew exactly what he was doing, so.
Beat out every other Marvel movie to date. To date, it's a wrap. Like they know.
If that ain't black excellence, I don't know what is.
Because to be honest, it was about time for that. Like, I'm tired of not seeing people that look like me on the screen.
And I'm tired of seeing the people who do look like us on the screen look a mess.
No,
Well,
I'm
being
tired.
regimented as slaves and as
Do you
going through
remember
hardship and all
when
of that.
in
Like,
when Ice Cube's son O'Shea Jackson Jr. when he accepted that award, I forgot what award it was, NWA, the movie
The one named based on his daddy.
what's that movie called? Dang.
straight out of Compton.
Yeah, excuse me, I really forgot the name of the movie. I watched 2 of the movies, but Straight Outta Compton won lots of awards, and the things that he was saying when he accepted the award, he was like, you know, we out here just speaking truth. We didn't have to be in chains. We didn't have to be ripped. We didn't have to be bloody
Exactly.
to make a great movie, and that is just, that's true.
It's
But you gotta
valid.
understand, I understand both points. I feel like, yes, that's true, but at the end of the day, that's all we got. That's all we, not all we got, but that's what they like to, you know, who they is. That's what they like to see.
See, let's talk. Well, if we're gonna sit here and do the naked fact, people who are not of African culture or descent really like to see us in a negative light, and they don't care. I don't care what color you are. It's mostly the white man, but everybody just likes to have this fascination of like they think that they know the black story. And yes, I commend the actors for doing that, but sometimes you gotta think most of these authors and stuff are white.
Yeah.
Most of the people who are creating these movies are white. So to have a predominantly black cast, to have a
Black
director with a really huge budget too. Like, he got one of the biggest budgets that I've ever seen for a movie. I think it's 200 million that he was offering for that. 20?
It was 200.
No, I thought it was 200 million because Marvel has money. Disney got money. They gonna turn out something that they don't think they gonna get
I
money
thought it
back.
was 200 million,
But to see that, like, it just, you know, it painted a new narrative that there could be there can be a culture that has not been touched by somebody else, that can grow, that can thrive, and be one of the most actually hidden but competitive countries in the entire world.
200 million.
Yeah, 200 million. But like, that was just so impressive to me. Like, I don't know, it was about time.
And the fact that Wakanda is the backbone of every other Marvel story, like they all connect, but Wakanda is the backbone, and particularly what grows in Wakanda. That ties into Wolverine, that ties into so many other things, and it's like, what's the name of the metal? Vibranium. Wolverine, his claws, vibranium. There are other things that, you know, Wakanda produces that go out into the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Wakanda is the center of that, and I can appreciate that they acknowledge that. It's kind of like them saying black people are the center of everything.
And
That's what I took from that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff that people do come from us.
And that also goes into the beginning when they said on a newscast that Wakanda was the poorest.
Exactly.
Yeah, they said
Not
Wakanda was
knowing the
poorest
untouched
in
treasure.
Africa. But no one has ever went into Wakanda. They only seen, like, you know, what they wanted to
couldn't
see.
it.
Either way. They only seen a few parts of it. And even if they could have seen, like, what really was in it, like the white man, he actually was able to see what was in it. He was actually able to see, like, how much of a real, like, beauty it was in there. It was just like, it just shows, like, this is what y'all see, this is what y'all want to see, but this is what's really happening.
Like, true, like, even with the harsh, rude, and nasty comments that Donald Trump has been saying, this movie flipped everything that he was saying and has been spewing and just vomiting everywhere and flipped it on its head. Like, he spoke so low of, like, some of these countries, like Haiti, calling them loopholes, and just, like, you know, I just think this was so welcomed because it also offered a new perspective about Africa. Not every part is in poverty. Not everybody is not educated. Not everybody. There are so many beautiful people over there. Like, I think that's one of my dying wishes before I leave this earth. I will touch Africa. I don't care where. I will touch down on the continent. I will look at it and I will embrace it, because this movie actually really inspired me to do that too. Like, I'm really firm set about going to Africa.
I'm gonna talk about basically, I mean, we could talk about this for days, but I want to let's look at the movie from a movie standpoint. No message, outside message. Let's look at it as a Marvel movie. I'll talk about like the action scenes, the storyline, because it's gonna be hard to talk about the movie itself without talking about what we were just talking about, because it's so important. Like, you can just, it jumps right off the screen, like, oh, that's deep. Like the stuff they were saying, you know, when he went to the museum, he was like, how do y'all think y'all got it? It's just, it's gonna be hard, but, you know, Marvel fan over here, I don't want to just, you know, talk about.
That's fine.
Yeah, you know, I love to hear it, but it's just like, I want to talk about the movie from, we gotta gear it around.
Top to bottom, opening, they came swinging straight out the gate. Like, introduced us to
special effects.
Like, a whole
Panther with the piercing blue eyes.
Yes.
Loved it.
Yes.
Wish you could have seen it in 3D.
I love the
I feel like, but the thing is, okay,
And M'Baku,
we saw Black Panther opening weekend.
We saw it the next day. The next
So
day.
like Monday? Was it like a Monday?
No, it was
We
like
went
y'all
Sunday.
saw it Friday. We saw it Sunday.
Oh,
So we saw it opening
We
weekend.
saw. We
I
all
don't know
saw
about
it.
y'all, but the seats we were in had like somebody punched. We was like, ooh, we felt
It
in
would
our seats.
vibrate. It was kind of like 2D.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like 3D.
We were in the middle row, and those two. It's like. It was like
But did you
three
feel like the
digits.
vibration from the seats?
No.
I think, what movie did y'all go to?
The Grand.
I don't know.
That's weird. Maybe it's just, I don't know, because literally we felt everything. Like, that's, I feel
And they
like
had like the little 2D thing outside too, just in case. I guess y'all probably didn't. Which theater did you go to?
We went to the other side. It was like
we were in theater.
18.
no.
Yeah,
we
theater
went
18.
We was in 17. That's
Well,
probably
it was. I feel like watching it in 3D. I don't know. I like 3D movies, but my eyes, cause like the very beginning of the movie, like all the colors, I was just like, you know, just okay, calm down. It was just for some part of the movies, it was just
I love
things
the
moving
special
too fast. I really did too. Like
Special.
I love
effects is
M'Baku.
awesome.
I'm gonna keep saying that.
Well, okay, let's just get on to technical stuff. If we're going technical, the stunts were great. The special effects were top notch, like with the CG
And Chadwick
I think
and
Chadwick
Michael, they did their own stunts.
no, they had stuntmen.
They had stuntmen, but like most of the stunts, they did do
Because Michael B.
themselves.
Jordan, I watched this
Like the
video.
dangerous stunts, they did.
I watched this video of Michael B. Jordan what he had to do to prepare for this role.
Oh, he was training.
He was training. Like, his trainer actually trained him for Creed. So
Yeah,
Creed 2
but
coming out. He doing Creed 2.
I'm excited for that because
Creed
Creed.
be out next year.
the whole Rocky franchise, I love it. So you know.
Yeah, no, Creed was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
You know.
But Michael B. Jordan, he did get.
Hey, auntie.
Hey, auntie.
Did y'all know
He's
that
so fit.
they actually had to learn? I forgot what African language it
It's
was.
Swahili.
Yeah, they had to learn.
Yeah, they all had to learn Swahili.
They all
And they had to get the
Well,
accent down, all of that.
Lupita speaks 4 languages, so
Lupita
she
is
already
that.
spoke. Or
Okay.
she already
She
spoke
is.
Swahili.
Yeah.
That's one of her native tongues.
Yeah.
But everybody else had to learn it, and it did not. It didn't seem forced. It didn't seem fake.
Yeah,
It sounded-
It was very natural. I couldn't. I didn't even hear like
Yes,
that.
the
It sounded
Accent,
very fluid.
everything was
I
on
never
point.
true.
On point, because Chadwick Boseman is from South Carolina. Like he's very country.
You didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from South. Yeah, he's very country, and so to hear him do the African accent, but I just like all of his timepieces are just so good. But it was nice to see him do something different, because you know he done did Thurgood Marshall, James Brown, Jackie Robinson. So it was nice
Wait
to
a
see him
minute.
do
He was
something.
James Brown.
Yes,
He was Jackie
Get Up.
Robinson.
Actually, I haven't seen that movie. No, you said James Brown. Now you're saying Jackie.
Yeah,
He
James
did
Brown.
all 3
Get
of
Up.
them.
I saw Jackie Robinson, but
He
I had
did.
to watch that. I
Yeah,
just
he did James Brown.
And then Get Up.
the funk music. You don't know.
Well, I mean, James Brown is the root of hip hop.
Yeah, I'm in hip hop class, and we have to.
he's the root.
We
of
know,
hip-hop.
like, we have to memorize all the songs that his sample. No, baby, he changed it. We saw the preview of the quiz. We had to memorize what songs were sampled.
I'm telling you, you don't have to. And this happens.
Oh.
Let me tell you what you do.
Trying to tell you, yeah. But
Okay, back on track.
Sorry.
It was just
But yeah, so it was nice to see Chadwick do something completely like kind of different, because he always does like period pieces, or he's always imitating somebody. So it was nice to see him do Black Panther, and that African accent was so good. It's that.
But also it was good to see him as himself, because like, you know what, like, to be honest, not lying, he did not look good in those other movies.
He looked good as Jackie Robinson.
Jackie
He
looked
didn't.
good.
Yeah, I didn't.
He looked good as
I mean,
Jackie
he looked as
Robinson.
good as he did in Batman.
I mean, it just for me, it wasn't as authentic for me. It was just like, okay, whatever. But I think Black Panther changed everybody's opinion. That man is a nice chocolate glass of milk. Okay, he is it. Like, and it was good to see him be himself, because you know, like you said, he's always in a timepiece.
Yeah,
so
he's
like
always in a
for him to now have the nice clothes, clean,
Yeah.
like his own little fro, he got the nice mustache. He looked like he smelled good, and I knew he did.
Just fine.
He just looked like.
And I love the way he interacted with Latia, just because you could see that they had that like bond to Letitia. It just, you could see that they had like a bond, like they were really brother and sister, and it was nice to see the way that they interacted on screen, because they had really good chemistry, and the way that they interacted with each other was very natural. Like I believed it. Like when you watch a movie and you believe what's happening on screen, that's like the beauty of a movie. Because if I don't believe you and I don't, I'm not taking anything away from the film. A film can be good, but for it to be good and believable is very important. And I feel like the entire movie, there was not a dull point or a moment where it was like, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Every part of that movie was believable.
Yeah.
I felt it.
True.
Even down to the sad parts. I don't cry, but I would have cried.
Okay,
I cried.
We
We
cried.
cried.
Listen,
I cried.
I cried 3 times. First time I cried just sitting in the seat, because y'all don't understand how much I was mad at her, because I wanted to get there early. Like, she wanted to buy these $240 shoes,
And I still happen to name it nice.
But I said, let's get there at 3:30. The movie starts at 4. We did not get there till 4:05. And I was like, can we come on? But like, just sitting in the seats, I literally started crying. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm watching it. And then those 2 scenes,
That's so emotional.
I cried so many times about the
Okay, no, I just cried when they threw T'Challa over the fountain.
Yeah, when he fell off, I cried.
I didn't cry. I was
Because
just like,
it was like T'Challa. Like, you gonna let him do that, T'Challa?
Why
Yeah, that was
T'Challa?
great.
But then I like the comedic relief, like when they went up there to holler at M'Baku and he started barking at Obo, he was like, hoo, 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 and they started barking with him.
There's a debate between if he's
And then he was like, I'm gonna feed you to
acting
my
like an 8
kids.
or a dog. I'm just going to say a dog.
definitely cute.
Like I said,
We're gonna go get it.
I just like that he was like, I will feed you to my kids. He was like, no, I'm playing, we vegetarian.
No, he was like, I will follow you. I will follow you. I will help you. Are y'all done? Just like, yeah.
They was ready to, give him the plant, and I'm glad
What
they
would
did.
y'all change about the movie?
Nothing.
Shame,
Not a goddamn
shame.
thing. Well, I think the biggest thing I would have done was probably not use all of the whole Killmonger plot line, and they also stole it from the other plot line of White Wolf, because they like legit combined 2 plot lines, and I think that kind of not so much limited them on what they could do. It just for me personally, I think it limited on what can be done to expand in the future, because there's already things that are gonna have to change, because you brought T'Challa back, so there needs to be a new Storm.
Pause.
I'm
let's talk about this real
perfectly
quick. So-
okay without T'Challa and Storm's relationship.
I'm not.
Shut up.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Part 2 coming up.